Hi. Today I watched Animalium. Um, this may very well be one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Um, so, should I go and start with context, or... Okay, well, there's not really a lot of context. I was just cruising through Tubi. I love Tubi, frankly. I see a lot of people shit and joke about Tubi. Tubi rules. I've never seen such a huge collection of the weirdest, wildest shit ever. Everyone's mad. Everyone always bitches because they don't have uh, shit that came out like last year or whatever. Not important to me. Not my interest. I love seeing weird, wacky, no budget indie stuff um, made by a bunch of friends in a backyard. Um, which makes it unfortunate that I really, really hated this one. Um, so Animalum is essentially three very long conversations um, with zero dynamic cinematography, zero camera movement, and the most annoying circular fucking arguments I've ever heard in my goddamn life. So I'm being really mean here, but one of my reasons is, well, first off, I hate the whole goddamn movie. Second off, I looked at IMDb. I needed to know more about this. This is so bad, and I was astonished on IMDb that this had a 7.7 out of 10. And I looked through the reviews, and they felt... I don't want to accuse anyone of anything here. They felt very suspicious to me. I had a hard time believing this many people watched this movie and felt impacted enough to leave good reviews. I I'm shocked. I would be amazed if these reviews turned out to be real and not members of the crew or friends of the director just trying to boost the numbers. I can't. I don't know. I know people have different tastes, but I can't imagine. Like, fucking, I spent, like, what, 2 episodes ago defending Cutoff or whatever? A movie that, like, objectively was bad, but I still enjoyed because it was weird indie garbage, and I like weird indie garbage. Like, it's hard to make a movie that I would hate, um, but, it's, that's not true, there's lots of movies I hate, it's hard to make a movie, that hits on so many things that I enjoy, like, weird, long dialogue scenes, and discussions about, like, philosophy or whatever, and, like, fucking road trips, it's all, like, these are things that should, like, entice me, and everything about this movie fucking sucked. We got some wooden direction, um, some even more wooden acting. Hated both these dudes. So it's about, I can't remember if I even started describing the plot. It's about a pair of brothers, on a road trip through Texas. I gotta do that every time I mention Texas. On a road trip through Texas, and one of them admits to the other one, hey, I'm a serial killer, by the way. And the whole movie is really just long, boring, annoying discussions about the philosophy of morality, and like dissecting morality, whatever. Looked it up. The director, fucking, of course, she has a bachelor's in philosophy, none in filmmaking. I don't know. If you wanted to make movies, go to film school. Whatever. That's not. That's rude. That's not. I don't know. That was so mean. I don't give a shit. This movie sucked. So we have these long, annoying, boring ass discussions about philosophy and morality, and there's one thing I really, really fucking hate and frustrates me in movies is your villain character or a character, really any character, giving a long discussion dissecting morality or like philosophy or like it's like why do we do this and this, and they're debating with someone who is not smart and like can't get their points across, and like it's a very transparent show of like, oh look, maybe the guy isn't, or isn't as wrong as he seems to me. He does think it's morality. I mean, this guy can't argue against it. It's like, yeah, but I could. Fucking, this character, you put a stupid, it's a reverse straw man. You put a dumb character in there, who can't make good arguments to justify the guy he's arguing against. Like, or make it seem like, ugh. Because any rational person would fucking sit there and it's like, no, dude, that doesn't make any sense. These are, like, the societal goods, there's moral intuition, the whole shit. They would poke holes in his stupid fucking philosophy. God, you're just watching someone make wild, nonsensical claims, but they're arguing against someone who's too dumb to argue back. What is this? A Ben Shapiro video? Got you. But God, it sucks. Okay, and let's get on to some filmmaking shit. Like some nice long landscape shots I really like. Those are pretty cool. But the dialogue, the scenes of these characters talking, a thing that is very hard to make entertaining to look at. You should be putting work into getting dynamic shots, interesting things. Especially if they're gonna be going on this fucking long. The first bit of dialogue, you get like a minute of like establishing shots of like roads and like roadsides and stuff, and then the first shot of the film is camera in the backseat of the car while the brothers are driving, and it is that for 7 minutes. For 7 fucking minutes, you're looking at the back of these two men's heads while they have an annoying long circular argument about morality or some shit. God. And then there's another one, it's, they're in a diner, and it's another, like, fucking 10 minutes of them just talking, even longer than the last one. Nothing they're saying is interesting, because it's, the murderer brother is stupid, and his points are dumb, but the other brother can't argue because he's even dumber, so you're just watching this getting more and more frustrated, and the whole thing is a shot, reverse shot, shot, reverse shot, shot, reverse shot, for 10 minutes, and the murderer brother goes on a lot longer than the other brother, so it's on his fucking mug for a long ass time, and it's positioned very strangely so that like it's behind one brother's back, the back of his head, and it's fully cutting off the other one's face, and there's a lot of dead space over here. Eventually you realize that dead space is because, oh, there's a cop sitting behind them, that's supposed to be dramatic, or like, at any moment the younger brother could get up and turn his older brother in. That's not gonna fucking happen because you see how much goddamn time. I was checking the timeline a lot to see how much longer. I am very pleased with myself that I had the fortitude and the wherewithal to get through this fucking movie. It wasn't easy. I don't. There's a lot of times I don't. I start a movie and I just don't put it or make a review of it because I don't finish them. I'm pretty good at recognizing when something's gonna be like, oh, this is gonna be unwatchable. Like within the first few seconds, I'm like, oh, whatever. I have a hard time focusing on things that I know are gonna be bad. I've considered it a mark of honor for me that I was able to get through this goddamn movie. And I really want to point people's attention to it because I was mad at that IMDb score. I was like, who the fuck? Which friends of the director did she get to pump this stupid score up? Oh, there's another fucking long bit where they're driving and the camera's like in a different position. It's like on the dashboard, and things are not framed well. The older brother entirely half his face is like gone, like because he's looking out the window, and you would think, okay, so the point of focus should be the younger brother then, getting his reactions to the weird shit his older brother's saying, but he's like way too far, so his nose is cut off. So there's a whole bunch of dead space on the center. It's not even like to separate them or anything. It really just felt like bad framing. You don't have either actor's entire face on screen during a long dialogue discussion. It didn't feel intentional. It didn't feel like they were trying to say, oh, look how disconnected. It felt like we fucked up setting up this camera, or we couldn't get it. We don't have a rig to put on the back of the car, so we just duct taped it to the dashboard. God, it's a bad fucking movie. I hated this. Oh, I did not expect. This movie is only 48 minutes, and it felt long. it felt way long. I was... there's so much in there that doesn't need to be there. The whole movie is a circular argument that goes fucking nowhere. Also, I'm gonna be childish here for a second. Like the last bit of the movie is the brothers in a tent because they're on a camping trip or whatever, and the older brothers, the younger brother asks like, so what's it like to kill someone? Like he's fucking come around or whatever, or you think he has. Spoilers, I'll tell you later. Like so, what's it like to kill? And the older brother, of course, goes into a long discussion, monologue. Fuck, speaking of that, long ass monologue about the first time he killed a dude, and he's like, weird. The whole movie's supposed to be a character exploration of like the mind of a sociopath or whatever, and then like the sociopath trying to justify his like, dude, if he actually didn't care, he wouldn't care whether or not his brother approved. He wouldn't be trying to justify it to his brother. It's stupid. I don't know what this character's deal is. I don't like him. The brother's annoying. He's stupid. He comes out the gate dumb, so I'm already not rooting for him because he can't argue his points well, even though they should be really obvious points. God, I hate this fucking movie. Anyway, back to the thing I was gonna be childish about. The last bit is them in the camp, or in their tent, and there's some music playing. I can't remember the song. I Shazammed it because I actually kind of like the song. I'll put it up on the bottom there. The music is, so both brothers are in there, they're both in their underwear, which is fine, like, I've been around friends of mine before, fucking, who gives a shit, but, like, the way it's shot, the music going, the stuff they're discussing, and, like, the kind of content he's putting in it felt very homoerotic, and I was like, okay, alright, so we'll see how this goes. It was a joke, calm down. We do not support the incest here. But, fuck, it was, like that was making me giggle the whole time. It was like, it looks like a beginning of a gay porno. But, spoilers. Do you fucking care about spoilers? You don't. I'm gonna assume you don't if you're here. If you do, I guess it's worried. The younger brother obviously murders the older brother, so I guess, like, put a stop to the serial killings or whatever. He doesn't even know. That made me realize I didn't even bring up the thing. Okay, so we started having that dumb long conversation about the nature of morality and like humans are just animals or whatever, and they get to a campsite and there's long stupid stretches of nothing happening. I set things up, and I got a whole bunch. I just remembered a whole bunch of shit I wanted to complain about. Now that we're past all the dumb, boring, stupid shit, I can get to the funny, bad filmmaking bits. So, we cut to this, it's them, like, sitting around a campfire, drinking beers, and the brother is like, did I ever tell you I killed some people, like, nonchalant? It's supposed to be like a shock, like, oh, God, he just said it, wow. And the younger brother just believes him fucking wholeheartedly. He's like, really? What? How could you do that, Tyler? Or Trevor. They both have T names. That felt confusing. How could you do that, Tyler? And like he just fully 100% believes him out the gate. Like he just says that. Like if my brother told me, like, yeah, I killed someone, I'd be like, shut up, Alan. But like he just comes out the gate saying it, and he's like, immediately, he's like, oh my God, really? You killed someone? Tyler, my God! And he's like, yeah, I killed a few people, yeah. It's like, any normal people, any normal set of brothers on the planet would be like, yeah, shut up, Tyler. So that's some bad writing there, and things get even funnier. In that scene, like, there's no script supervisor, because in that scene, like, they're sitting around, and he's like, just finish it. Like, the older brother's like, just finish your dinner, we'll talk about it later. Or finish eating, we'll talk later. They're not eating anything. There's no plates of food. They're drinking beers. That was fully just a script mistake, an editing mistake. Something that a script supervisor, if they had one, would have caught. But they didn't. They shot that. And it didn't occur to any of them that felt weird. They didn't think, hold on, we're not eating anything. Should we just rewrite the scene or go grab something from craft service. There was no craft services. This isn't a production. This is... She got her friends together and was like, I'm making a movie. That was kind of a sexist voice, but I'm sorry. It's like, I'm making a movie. There we go. That's nice and gender neutral. But yeah, so that was a dumb script mistake. I complained about the stupid half shots, the bad focus, the bad scene composition, the boring, long-ass shots of just the same shit over and over again, or just the same... One scene, it's just like, brothers sitting on railroad tracks, and it's a shot of that for like 3 minutes. Brothers driving the car, and it's a shot from the backseat, the back of their heads, for 7 complete minutes. I was astounded. There's another one I love, where they're walking through some bush, like it cuts to them walking through some bush, but it's a few frames early, like they haven't gotten the direction to start walking, so it cuts to them, they're standing perfectly still, and then they're like, and then they start walking through, like, you know, an editor would have cut that out, someone who knew what they were doing. So the movie ends with the younger brother stabbing the older brother in a shot that astounded me, and that this whole movie has been going for a very naturalist, cinema verite kind of, not cinema verite, I keep wanting to say cinema verite, and even though it's not, but a very naturalist dialogue, very grounded in reality, just dialogue shit, just like, this is really happening kind of thing. And then, at the end, the younger brother stabs him, and the screen goes all red, and his voice turns all demonic, and he's like, in the name of God, I stab you. Or like stupid shit. Oh my god! So he's stabbing the brother, and it cuts to the outside of the tent, and you see the silhouette of him stabbing, and it is so fucking stupid. It was like the bit in Austin Powers, where she's pulling stuff out his butt, but he's like, fucking clip that. But him stabbing, and he's doing it so slow, and then there's no silhouette of a body underneath him, so he's clearly just like on the floor, and it's like nothing. And I'm guessing at that point stabbed the dirt. No, because there's probably a floor to the tent, so he didn't want to rip the tent leg. That's what I'm gonna guess. God, so I guess it changed genres at the very end there. I don't know. But these long-ass discussions about the nature of good and morality, is God real, and like all this fucking... Shut up. Shut up. Your philosophical discussions do not make good movies. People, we need to explain that. I was actually really surprised when... I'm gonna say something kind of racist here. When I googled this and I found out the director was a Bangladeshi woman, because I was like, wow, this has straight white guy dripping all over it. I don't know. Just so... I may cut this out. I don't know. It felt mean. But, like, this really feels like straight white guy last year of film school, like the kind of thing fucking second to last year of film school would turn out. It was horrible. It's a horrible, horrible movie. Bad. 0.5 out of 5. Hard don't recommend. Poopy doo-doo butt fart. Bye.